I'm the father of Alanis Ogundipe. I spoke about this about 4 months ago when I spoke to you and explained what happened that led to her death. I feel I should update you on things that I have found out since the last time I spoke out about this. There's been an inquest and there have been more revelations and more clarity on what I believe happened. The inquest took place on the 8th and 9th of May. The impression I was given by Alanis' mother is that, since I will not be able to attend it, that the lawyer, we should have a single lawyer represent both of us, the family. And I believed her. She said I shouldn't communicate with the legal team, which I found very strange. She said I shouldn't communicate with them at all. But I trusted her. It was until the first day of the hearing and the way the barrister acted when I tried to speak with him, when I asked them to give him the phone, he didn't want to speak to me. And I was trying to raise some points he didn't want to hear. And I found it strange. How can you not even speak to me before this hearing to even hear my perspective? He just discounted everything. Based on that, on the following day, as soon as the hearing opened, Ryan too was present remotely. I just told the judge that this barrister is not representing me. As an interested party, I have a right to ask questions and to give my own evidence. So I told the judge I'd like to give my evidence and ask my own questions. So the judge said he'll have to adjourn it so that I can get submissions from the other interested parties, what they think. At this point, Ryan was logged in as well. So the judge adjourned the hearing. When the hearing resumed, Ryan did not show up again. And I went to check after the hearing. I played it back. He actually appeared after I had gone off it. So anyway, when the hearing resumed, they asked the police, any objections? Mr. Ogundipe wants to give evidence. Police did not object to it. They now asked, obviously, Alanis' mother is the one that gives instructions to the barrister on what to act. So they now asked for the instructions he was given. And basically, he actually opposed me even giving evidence. But the judge overruled that and said I should be allowed to give evidence. I gave the evidence, and now said I wanted to ask my questions. I have a right to ask questions as an interested party. They said, well, the coroner should allow me to put my questions in writing. When it got to Alanis' mother's turn, the barrister actually opposed me questioning Ryan, which I found very strange. It was at that point I was vindicated that the suspicion I'd had all along was actually, I was correct to have been suspicious of the mother. In the way before Alanis died, she failed to report what Alanis had told her about Ryan, even from the point where he infected her. She failed to to encourage her to end the relationship, to the point where he actually broke into her phone, where Alanis even reported to the mom. The mom still failed to report that offense to the police. Even after Alanis died, the mom still failed to report to the police. I was the first person to report to the police on the 14th of June. It was after that the mother started speaking about it. And it now made me remember my initial suspicion of why she was hurrying for the body to be cremated before any criminal investigation could commence. Because the autopsy they did wasn't forensic. So they've hidden that evidence now because the mother gave Alanis a tablet the day before she died and the day she died, which the mother did not mention in her witness statements. The impression she gave the court and the police was that Alanis was the one who took these tablets herself, whatever tablets, I think antidepressants. And antidepressants are known, if you overdose them, it can induce suicide as well. That is where I see the kind of conspiracy there. And the fact that even when the police arrived at Alanis' flat on the day she died at 9 p.m., Ryan had been ringing the mother's phone. It was strange, and it was repeated, and the mother refused to pick up to answer that call. But the policeman was there, so she was now forced to give the phone to the policeman. You know, they'll say Alanis was an adult. The mother hid a lot of things from me. I was not aware that Alanis had been taking antidepressants, or she had any issues, or she had been abused by Ryan in any way. I was not aware till after she died. And the reason the mother gave me was because she didn't want me to take Alanis away from her. Where the conclusion they reached was that Alanis had financial difficulties, short-term ones, that led, and also the breakup of a loving relationship led her to do it, which I don't agree to, because she was expecting £100,000 in 3 days' time. She had just received a salary the day before she died, which was the day it broke into the phone. She had not sold the car I bought for her. She had not sold her jewelry. So how can it be financial difficulties? The big lesson from this, when anybody dies that you know, a loved one, and people are asking you what killed them, don't give out any information until you get to the bottom of it. Because that very first information you give people is what they're all going to hold on to, and they'll believe it. The way I believed initially what Alanis' mother was telling me. People have had that story, and that's what they believe. So me now digging and now seeing that it's contrary, people they don't want to listen to that anymore. They've been biased, which is why I said he planned what he did very well, because he stole information that could be used against that girl, that painted her black, that you won't even want to support or even help her in any way.